What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today I'm with you guys what you've all been waiting for. This is Black Ops 3 multiplayer gameplay. We've got some awesome stuff to see in this video. Make sure you give it a like rating down below if you're excited and hyped for this Black Ops 3 footage. So excited to be able to share with you guys this earlier on some multiplayer gameplay of Black Ops 3. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my future videos. Going to have a lot of footage in the next coming weeks covering this game. I've got a ton of footage to share with you guys. I've got footage of all kinds of different weapons and snipers and kill streaks, abilities, perks, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys a ton of Black Ops 3 content over the next coming weeks. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. And of course, we're going to do a lot of different breakdowns of the cool things that are in this multiplayer footage. And but yeah, this is multiplayer gameplay. I'm going to be showing you guys a ton of interesting things like kill streaks and weapons, equipment, perks, all that good stuff. But first off, I'm going to show you guys the loadout for a bit of context of what I was using and the weapon I was using. The gun is called the HVK-30, and it's an assault rifle and a very, very fast firing one. It almost acts like an SMG, and I really did enjoy using it. Now, the attachments I was using on this thing were actually 6, and they're very pivotal to this class. I was using 6 attachments, the weapon, and of course 2 perks on top of that. And there's also a wild card which allows me to use 6 attachments on the weapon, which is insane. We've never been able to use that many attachments on a weapon. But I was using the long barrel, which increases the range. I was using the grip, which increases the accuracy when you're aiming down sight, which is interesting, a little change. So it no longer will work if you're hip firing, but only aiming down sight. The grip will actually reduce your recoil by a little bit. I was using the fast mag, which increases your reload speed. The quick draw perk, which allows you to aim down sight faster. Of course, a fan favorite attachment in Call of Duty series that I always love to run. And also stock, which allows me to move faster when I'm aiming down sight. And let's get into the 2 perks that I was rocking. I was only using 2. I wasn't using any lethals or tacticals or secondaries either. I was using a ton of attachments on my primary and 2 perks. The first perk is in tier 1, and this is blast suppressor, exactly the same as advanced warfare. You don't make a ping on the map when you do your thrust movements, and also it's a lot quieter. I was using fast hands, and the benefit for this perk was the aim faster after sprinting. The perk in general lets you sort weapons faster, aim faster after sprinting, and also reset the fuse on grenades so you can throw them back easily. But the main thing that I cared about was aim faster after sprinting, so I can be running and then I can be ready to go into a gunfight, and it's kind of like a form of quick draw, or like the dexterity perk in Black Ops 2. So the map we're playing on here is called Evac, and it's a very kind of close quarters one, and you can see kind of the map structure of Black Ops 3 and kind of like a sense of how the maps are going to flow. Is nowhere near as vertical as Advanced Warfare. That's probably the first thing I noticed, and I think it's a really good thing. I think verticality kind of splits up the map and the gameplay too much, and kind of makes gunfights a little bit more too complicated. But this game at Black Ops 3, all the multiplayer maps are very much structured on a 1 or 2. I don't think there's many 3-leveled maps. I don't think I played many at all. And but most of the gunfights are relatively on the ground. There's not really people boosting around, because the thing is, the boost or the thrust jump in this game really isn't that advantageous to use in gunfights. There's not really much point to use it, to be honest. So you won't see many people boosting around or many kind of aerial gunfights as there were in Advanced Warfare. So that's the first thing I'll notice, and definitely one important thing to point out. The specialist I was using is called Prophet. He's a brand new one that we haven't actually seen before. They have actually added 2 in the build that I was playing before. We had the 4 that were revealed, of course. They're called Reaper, Outrider, Seraph, and Ruin. But now we have an extra 2, and one of them is called Prophet, and this is the guy I was using in this gameplay. And his special ability, or his weapon even, is this very weird, it's almost like the only thing I can relate to is a Wonder Waffle from Zombies. It basically shoots this bolt of electricity at people and will electrocute them. It's a one-shot kill, and it also kind of sets them as a trap. Their body will stay there and be electrocuted, and they'll basically just stay there, and any enemy walks near them, they'll also be electrocuted. Or if there's enemies near them when they're being electrocuted in the first place, it will kind of link them all together and destroy them all. So it's a really cool weapon, and you can see me holding it right here. This is what the weapon looks like. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get any kills with it in this gameplay, but I do have some gameplay of this actual weapon being in use and kind of getting some kills with it. So stay tuned for a separate video. I'll probably do breaking it down and kind of showing you exactly how the thing works. But this is kind of a look of what the weapon looks like and exactly what can happen if you don't manage to be successful with it, and how easy it is to be shut down. These things aren't necessarily that overpowered because you don't have extra health, so you can literally get killed just as easy as someone else. If you don't manage to use the weapon, then you're looking to lose it, and you have to earn it all over again. So that's a very interesting kind of mechanic of how these power weapons or power abilities, they can be earned continuously through the game, and it doesn't matter if you die or not, you'll still be earning progress towards that, and you have to try and find a way to use that without getting killed and be able to maximize the kind of ability of this power weapon or power ability. And there's also, of course, on top of that, score streaks, which are still exactly the same as they always have been in Call of Duty games, and of course you have to get in continuous kill streaks to be able to earn them, and if you die, you will lose your progression towards those. So that is how those things work. Another thing you would have seen in this gameplay is the ability to wall run, which is of course a brand new feature that I've talked about on this channel that we know you can do in Black Ops 3, and of course multiplayer as well. There are these segments of the map which are kind of like very out there and obscure, but you can actually wall run. I didn't expect them to be as useful as they were. I was very impressed with how they worked, and they're basically like little kind of shortcuts that you can use to get around very edges of the map. They're not at all essential to the gameplay, and you don't have to use them to be able to win. And essentially, you're probably going to be sitting duck if you're actually using it too much. So you definitely shouldn't be wall running all the time, and eventually people will learn to kind of look for you in that spot. So if someone sees you on the radar on the other side, a few times I noticed that people would be wall running over, and I just wait for them to come over, and you're pretty much like, even though you can aim down sight and shoot when you're wall running, it's very difficult to do, and of course you're going to be a lot more of a sitting target if you're constantly wall running. So it's a very interesting feature. I'm looking forward to see how the community kind of uses that and how it kind of prevalent it becomes in Black Ops 3 multiplayer gameplay. But this has been a look at some gameplay. Of course, I'm going to have a ton more of gameplay. I've got literally so much footage to show you guys of sniping and kill streaks and abilities and all cool different things in Black Ops 3. Make sure you stay tuned to this channel for more videos. I'll be breaking down little specific things and kind of pointing out some interesting things about Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss out on future uploads that I do. You can also follow me on Twitter in the description. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Give it a like rating if you're excited for this Black Ops 3 multiplayer gameplay, and I'll see you guys on the next video.